Guys, Thomas from Team Soccer also here, coming at you guys with my Yu-Gi-Oh! 2022 National Experience. Now I want to preface really quickly that not only was I not playing in the event, but while there was quite a bit of good, there was quite a bit of bad. And I'm going to go all over it in this video. Now if you guys want to smash that like button, that'd be great, and subscribe. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers, so hopefully you can hit that goal. For buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel so no additional cost to you. And consider being a YouTube channel member. And I'm going to get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to say is that when I got there, one of the things I really loved was actually meeting you guys. And throughout Friday and Saturday, I was not there Sunday. I decided to rest that day, and I went for basically 14 hours each day. I was like, you know what? I just want to go home, and all that. Now, I met a lot of subs, and the first thing I realized is how I need to actually fix my signature, because this event, and if you guys are wondering what I'm doing with my hand here, I actually got a cute little kitty over here that is requiring a lot of pets here. So you guys are going to be like, what's he doing with his hand? Well, that's what I'm doing with my hand. So getting back to it is I need to actually fix my signature, because a lot of you guys actually asked me to sign cards. And while it wasn't a large volume that maybe other creators get from me, it was quite a bit, because when I went to an indie regional, I got asked twice, and that was 2 more times than I thought I would have been asked. And I thought I was going to be asked maybe twice on this one, and I was asked about triple that, which is 6. Again, it's not a lot, but I think it was really cool. A lot of people came up to me, shook my hand, talked to me, was like, oh, I recognize you. The amount of times that people said, I kind of recognize you. A lot of people were like second doubting themselves. That was the biggest thing about at least my subscribers I met. They're like, yeah, I know. Do you do YouTube? Like that, I got that, and I always found it really, really amusing, actually. But I loved it. I had great experiences with all the people who knew me, which was awesome, and I met 2 awesome creators. Now, I met Rogue Hero, and I've met Rogue Hero multiple times before, but it's awesome seeing him. We get to talk, we get to hang out, all that. And I actually got to see Alchemist TCG in person. If you guys know who that is, he's actually one of my featured channels as well. I did videos on his channel. He's not doing as much Yu-Gi-Oh content right now, but he actually does plan on getting back on that eventually. But we met, which is awesome, because me and him, we bonded quite a bit. So seeing him in person was great. In fact, he actually probably has a vlog coming out, and I'm probably going to be in that, which is really awesome. So it was just so great to see, all the familiar faces and all that. Now, I think that the food that was there as well was 50-50, and I want to get into that, because no one actually talks about how the food is in this convention. They're always like, yeah, and then I went X3, and it's like, great, you lost National. Ooh, big surprise. But what happened is the food actually wasn't as terribly priced as it usually is at these events. You know how usually they give you probably like one of those school hot dogs for like $10, and you think to yourself that you'd rather actually eat the lint off the ground or your own cards? It actually wasn't like that. What I really liked is that there was this awesome tea place that had homemade tea, and it was $6, but if you want a refill on it, it was $3, and this was very high quality tea. So paying $6 for this, I actually understand. To get a refill for $3 was actually really great. It was so good, because I've always drank soda. I've been cutting energy drinks and soda out of my life. I've actually been cutting out my energy drinks quite a bit more. That was really nice to actually have. The food, you could have got a double sausage with some cheese. That's like an actual pretty big meal that was actually cooked decently. And it was about $12. It was still overpriced in my opinion, but these always are. At least you get some bang for your buck here, in opposed to like almost none. You had good desserts and all that, and I really liked that. So overall, the food was pretty good. There was a lot of vendors there and a lot of side events, which I really thought were cool. A lot of people actually were playing for tickets, selling their tickets, all that, because they have a new system, for those who don't know, where you actually get tickets for like doing well in these side events, equated to how well you did, and you can turn in those tickets for a certain amount of prizes, right? Now, some of the prizes I'm actually going to show up over here, and I'm going to quickly go. There's one with like a bunch of Ash Blossoms, Starlight Rares, and all that. And apparently, this is the first question I asked, because I looked at it, I was like, can't you cut these out and actually have the legit card? And someone said you can't, but like I was kind of looking at it, I'm like, I don't know, there has to be a way, especially because this is very new. So if it's very new, it's more exploitive. I'm not saying people should or should not, but if they're going to give you all these Starlight Rares that were cut a little differently, someone could probably make something work. There were giant cards as well. In fact, I hopefully have a picture of that to show as well. My friend actually got the giant Moki Moki, and the offers on giant cards ranged from anywhere from $500 to $800. And stuff, and it's great. Like, I've seen people get actually really good offers on these giant cards, which kind of shocks me because I don't understand the love for it. Like, it wasn't just a few people, by the way. I'm not going to say who, but stores are making good offers on these. That's what also shocks me as well. And I actually am eventually going to do a card, like a large card market watch, if that eventually becomes very big, because a lot of people actually don't know, I guess, the need and want and love for those cards. And I certainly did not know until Friday and Saturday, respectively, because I saw a lot of it on Friday and saw the rest of it Saturday. And I think that what Konami's doing with these side events are really cool because they're giving out unique prizes, all that. But what I really find funny is how the side events have better pricing than well, I can't say better pricing than the main event because it's a Nationals, right? You get that prize card, easy house payment, right? That's a lot of money if you just choose to sell that card, trade it off, or do whatever. So I can't really say that, but these prizes are the prizes I want to see at YCSs and more regionals, right? Like, they actually did a phenomenal job on that. Now, I will go into more of the bad at this point because that's what everyone wants to know. And I'm going to start off with something actually that kind of sucks. Is, as you guys know, I go there to chill, hang, have fun, trade, and basically pick up cards, right? Now, when I was doing my binder stuff, and I know how these events go, whenever I need to do some type of business or whatever at another event, upgrade my stuff, all that, I know that there's people who are going to steal from you, right? This was drilled into me when I was young. For those who don't know, stealing used to be a very bigger thing back in the day because people weren't used to it. People would actually steal literally in a round where people would turn off the lights. And someone would just go to a light switch. From what I've heard, it depends on what place it was, but this happened many times. There were many different ways to turn off the lights. Either they sent someone, paid a janitor, or whatever, and lights would go out for a little bit, lights come back on, people's stuff is stolen. Or people were like, wait, where's my bag? Where's this? Now, I'm used to it. In fact, I even talked to you guys on stream about how they tried to steal from me at Indiana and why I was really pissed off because they tried to use a child, actually. And maybe I shouldn't say child. I should say a kid. I think he was like 14, to attempt to steal from you because the way they do it, I'm going to actually tell you really quickly here, is that they actually have a team. It's not one guy or two guys. Usually it's three, but sometimes it's more. I don't know anyone who actually does this. I just know people who have caught people doing this, as well as the information that was drilled to me as a Yu-Gi-Oh player about 9 years ago. And, a little bit throughout. Whenever I came back into the game, actually around 2018, I see a lot of people actually don't drill this knowledge into newer players. And that actually angers me quite a bit because this should be drilled into you guys. And a lot of you guys might want to leave a comment saying, well, people shouldn't steal. Yes, people shouldn't do a lot of things, dumbass. But either you could protect yourself from it, or you could plug your fingers in your ears and pretend it's not there. Of course they shouldn't be doing it, right? But you tell players what they do, some of their strats, even if they're amateur ones, in the hope that that person doesn't get their stuff stolen, because when people get their stuff stolen, they just quit the game sometimes. And sadly, as you guys know why I'm bringing this up, they finally actually managed to get one on your boy. I will show the card over here, but they managed to actually steal a Starlight Frost. And what's really funny is I actually wanted to play the card. Usually I have a lot of I do collections, stuff like that. Maybe I want to get rid of it to someone. Regardless, it's not as often, believe it or not, guys. I actually get cards for myself because the more you collect, the less you really need for your collection. Especially when you're like me and you don't really care about much past Sexel too much. And as well as being, a person who is a vendor, you guys know I have my own shop in the description below. It's easy to get a card if I really need to. And the way they actually took the card, from what I believe, and this is the way they do it, is they usually have a 2 to 3 man team. Usually it's 3, where someone will distract, someone will get your stuff. Sometimes they put stuff over your binder, or they'll put your binder in a specific place, or one guy is looking at exactly where your eyes are to take a card, and while they can't steal a whole binder from me, I'm not gonna ever let that happen. They, I guess, slipped because I was doing a lot of trading, getting a lot of, getting some profit, which was nice. They managed to slip a card out, I guess, and it happened to be the Starlight Frost. And I didn't misplace it. I knew exactly where I put it in the binder as well, because I actually want to put it in the center. And I was like, huh. And it really sucks about that. And I remember I was like, I was really upset and pissed off for 3 hours. Frost is $270 for that card currently, so that was the loss, because I know some people are probably going to open up a tab, look up on TCG Player what it is. At that day, it was $270. And it was really unfortunate because, like I said, I wanted that card. I think it looks cool. I've actually pulled it once as well, then got rid of it, and I guess now I want it back to play. But I got rid of it for more than it was right now, so no regrets, and I want the money more back then. And, it was really sad, but what really made me angry was that they stole a guy's insulin. A lot of people had their stuff stolen, and one guy actually had a bag with his insulin stolen. And I'd love to give you guys a happy update on that, but frankly, I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully, he got his insulin back. Maybe if someone's at Nationals and they can tell me what happened with all that, that would be great. But the thing I want to tell you guys is to be very, very careful about your stuff, all right? Don't let it out of your sight for 1 second. And even if you're trading, keep your eye on it every 3-4 seconds. Just quick 2-second look. And if it's a big event, what I think people should do, at locals is different. Don't let people pull things out. If they need to check the condition really quickly, that's fine, but you keep your eye on them while they're checking the condition. But don't be so much that it looks like you're already accusing the person of stealing when they're probably 99% of the time just a normal player like you, or a normal collector, right? Or whatever, right? You guys gotta be very careful. And I don't want to drag this on, but I will be making a video to protect you guys, because I don't know why other YouTubers don't want to maybe touch that topic. I want to, because I can not only help you guys, but I can probably save this game a little bit. And that might sound a bit like an exaggeration, but people quit when they get their stuff stolen. I know a guy got his Dragon Ball Z collection stolen from a hotel because they literally broke into the hotel. And he actually quit because it was the second time he got his stuff stolen, and it really sucked. And that happens with Yu-Gi-Oh players as well. Like one event like this is one of the worst feelings you can feel in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it really sucks. Now I'm gonna get into a little bit more of the worst. Usually, and I tell people this. Now, when people go to these events and they are like, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh players never take a shower, they're always discussing blah blah. I always told you guys they overplay it a bit, right? I've been to these events. And yeah, you can probably find people smelling like shit, woohoo. At every nerdy event, you can find that. But it was never especially bad with Yu-Gi-Oh! And almost every single interaction I had was really good, right? This Nationals was completely different. In fact, what people would say on, say, like a social media, like Twitter, Facebook, and all the jokes, could actually cover how bad it was. And I'm going to give you guys some examples. Now, some of them were very, basically, I'm going to count this kind of as nothing, because you got a young kid who, maybe he's not conscious about that. When I say young kid, I mean like 20 and below, right? So don't think like a 10 or 12-year-old. I mean like a maybe 19, 20, right? And one thing they'll actually do, and this is maybe some advice to you guys, is if you smell like shit, do not put on cologne. Cologne, what it does is it brings out your smell stronger, right? So if you smell bad, and you put cologne, now people are going to smell the cologne, but they're also going to smell how bad you are at the same time. It does not cover it, okay? If you smell that bad, just go take a shower, right? Or if you smell bad, just get a dry stick of deodorant. Believe it or not, if you are at this event, and let's say, because I know some people, they're overweight, right? Okay, right? That's a whole different topic, right? But overweight people, right, with the sun and getting hotter, they could sweat a little easier, right? So if you're one of those people, or you sweat easy, or you have some other condition, my advice personally, where let's say even if you take the shower the night before, shower in the morning, but later on in the day you still smell bad, is bring a dry stick of deodorant and just go to the bathroom and put on some deodorant. It takes a couple seconds and it'll help a little, at least somewhat, right? But just take care of your hygiene. Now, the young kids doing that's fine. What I really don't like is the amount of, there was some guys, I'm not kidding, they smelled so bad that I put my mask on, and let me tell you, it wasn't because of the usual reason people put their masks on. It was that bad. I was like, wow, what even is this? It actually, I don't know if this is possible, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I have allergies for those who don't know, and I feel like my allergies stopped because I couldn't smell anything. Like, it was so bad that I just couldn't smell anything. And then the big kicker was when I was dealing with a guy, and this was so disgusting. I told him he should wash his hands immediately, but he was scratching his arm, right? And I guess some people have scabs, and yep, you see exactly where this is going. The guy's scabs got bloody, and on his hand, he actually had his own blood on it. I'm like, no, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And I told him, and I didn't see it for the first minute or two because I didn't touch his hand or anything like that. I was like, what the? And if that guy's watching this video, look, I'm not doing this to offend you or piss you off or nothing, but dude, you need to be wary of yourself. You know, you need to look at how you present yourself, and I don't want to hear an excuse. If you have blood on your hand, please just wash it. I don't know, you're an adult. I don't really know what I need to say here, right? But yeah, and it was pretty bad. So, and I had to deal with more of the bad smelling people a bit more on Saturday than Friday. Believe it or not, Friday wasn't as bad. In fact, I would say I probably enjoyed the Friday there a whole lot more than the Saturday there and all that. So, you know, the deals that I made there, some people were being a bit quite hard, you know, penny pinching real bad, but whatever, right? It was hard to make up deals because one thing that I don't like, and I'm going to tell if anyone's trying to do business with you or do, you know, trades and everything, I'm going to give you guys this advice, especially if you're at Nationals. Now, Nationals is the peak gameplay of Yu-Gi-Oh, basically, right? You know, whatever goes on there, people look, right? That's where the serious players are, all that, right? I'm not saying don't go there if you're a casual, but if you're more of a serious-oriented player, and I'm going to be talking to that side, know some type of value of your cards. I'm not saying you don't look anything up, or if it's over a certain amount, you don't want to look it up, right? But I had people constantly having to look up, like the amount of people I had to look up that literally I was interested in X amount of cards, they had to look up every single one was nuts. And you guys might be thinking, well, Team Sakura, I think, you know, they just want to know the value of their cards, you know, and they want to make sure. I get that, bro, but if I'm, you know, trying to get cards, and let's say, you know, people are trying to say buy cards off you or whatever, right? You should know something of your value. That's all I'm saying, you know. And again, like I said, I was trading with these people, right? So I wasn't even doing cash or anything like that. I was just straight up trying to trade. And they had to look up basically everything. And it was kind of tall, a bit of a tall order. The people I had to deal with that weren't my subs, right? All my subs were great. The people who weren't subs, it was kind of more of a 70-30 if I even like dealing with them. 70 in favor though, 30 in a negative light. But yeah, my Saturday, it was just kind of a day of business, you know. I was able to do pretty well, you know, gathering stuff. I actually got some awesome cards that I actually would love to show off to you guys, probably in the live stream. But one of those two of my favorite picks was I got a Starlight Stardust Dragon, and I've wanted that card for a while. And when I order a card that is as expensive as Stardust, which was about $525, as of I believe as of Saturday, I definitely got Saturday. Seeing it in person was a lot better. I could see what the quality is, you know. I may be able to get it for cheap. I was able to get it for cheaper, right? And I was really glad about that, you know. Starlight Dragoon. I also was able to get Starlight Dragoon, and I've wanted that card for quite a bit. Now, honestly, I literally told myself, I'll see if it's at Nationals. If not, I'll save and I'll just grab one for my personal comp, you know, my personal collection. So the fact that I was able to go there, see it in person, it's great, because nothing sucks worse than ordering cards online and seeing them not like you ordered, especially when they are collector's items. Not even expensive collector's items. And it really does suck. But I love the people that I met there. I actually remember, even when I was walking back on Saturday, I met this one guy, and I felt a little bit bad, actually, because I was a bit, I still, even though I still did extremely well that day, even with the Starlight loss, I actually ended up doing well with the Starlight loss, even with that. I was kind of upset and pissed off when I was walking back, right? I wasn't too happy with my teammates as well. Well, I'm not going to say teammates, I'm going to say friends. I'm not really part of a team, even though Team name is Team Sakurazo. If you guys honestly want to know, the only team member that's active right now is Jake, and he doesn't play. He just helps with the channel a little bit, does that. We're obviously best friends outside of the game. But my other two teammates, which are Jason and Peter, they just don't play anymore. But sometimes they feel like coming back or opening some packs with me, and I love that, right? When I was on my old team, I absolutely loved that. But I don't really want to be on another team, especially because people might try to use me. Unlike back when I was, a normal team member of Team Sakurazo, and we were a very tiny channel, nobody really cared about that, and these were people I knew outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So we came in together, we had a lot of fun, and it was wonderful, right? And they helped grow the channel even a little bit. So shout outs to you, Jason, Peter. Guys don't even watch my videos, but I'll tell you guys in the messenger. But it was really great. But nowadays, now I'm a YouTuber, so if I join a team, it's a bit different, right? For the most part, I'm not going to be on a team with people I grew up with, which is fine, right? But it's going to be people that I'm kind of unwary of. Are they trying to use me, all that? And I have to be more careful. Then I have to be more active, right? And my schedule is very busy. And maybe I don't want to kind of let go of the Team Sakurazo thing. And, the channel being my own kind of thing here, I'm kind of used to that. If I brought people in and they wanted, things could just get complicated, I could say. You guys could kind of figure out the details. But, yeah. Now the cat's on this side, by the way. But, yeah. I was walking back and I met a subscriber, and I was just pissed off with my friends at the time about something where basically, long story short, I helped them get some cards, and they used some of my cards, and they were confused on what happened, and basically we had to clear it up, and it was cleared up fine, by the way. It's all done now, but it was just so dumb, and I was just upset the whole day after that, right? I was like, I worked today, I made out good, it was more of a work, like I said, it's more of a work day. Sometimes when I go to these events, it's more of a work day. And the Nationals was definitely felt more like a work day. And when a guy came up to me as we were literally approaching the parking lot, and he's like, dude, I watch your videos. And I felt so bad because I felt like I was a giant pissy bitch. He didn't see that, luckily. But I was like, oh, thank you, because the way he came up to me, I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, I'm a subscriber. I'm like, oh, shit. And then, we talked, and I actually told him about, hey, I'm sorry if I seem pissy. I got stolen from, and I'm a little upset about that. I was upset about some other things, but I didn't feel like meeting a subscriber and telling him how bad my day was instantly. And we talked about it, and dude, and he was a great guy, and it was great that just walking back to my car, or my friend's car, I should say, we left on a good note, and that makes me pretty happy, honestly. That makes me extremely happy. So with that being said, guys, that was my Nationals experience. I know this was pretty much a huge digression of a video where I'm kind of all over the place, talking about different things. I may vlog, because I don't like vlogging as much. Personally, it's more of a hassle. It doesn't always take you out of the moment, and it depends on how you vlog, but I just really wasn't in the necessary mood to vlog. But maybe if you guys like vlogs or prefer that, let me know, because maybe I'll vlog some events, see how things go, and maybe I could show you guys, hey, this is what I got so far, card-wise, right? What you guys think of these? You guys can see cool cards, kind of see how it is. So I know a lot of people don't go to these events. The majority of Yu-Gi-Oh players actually don't. So maybe these vlogs are, invaluable in a way, especially when we have, maybe one vlog at most on an event. And if you don't have that, all we have is the statistics of what topped. Oh, this got top 32, but how the event actually was, like, beyond what you could see through a computer screen or statistics, you really don't know, besides if there's a vlog or not. So these vlogs, they are pretty valuable. I think it's actually really cool how Rogue Hero actually vlogs every event he goes to and kind of shows. I think that's actually really awesome, and maybe I should try doing that too. But I just feel like as a player, since I'm not playing and I can't really talk about my matchups, I wouldn't really do that. However, I have decided that maybe not in 2022, but in 2023, I may actually play at some of these events. I'll actually give 2 weeks of practicing, because I don't. It's not that I don't play the game as much, but I don't play as often as on a competitive level that I like. Sometimes I have to read some cards still, do all that. You guys know how it is in this game, where if you're not, keeping up all the time, you kind of lose your footing when it comes to plays, rulings, all that. But it would be really cool to, you know, show you guys, hey, you know, I topped an event, or hey, I went X3, but I made it to round 8, right? That's something at least, personally, because when I do have really good memories. Funny enough, when I actually played in events, I believe there was one year where I actually did get an invite. I don't know if I think it was off a YCS. I don't really necessarily remember, but when I say years ago, I mean this was years and years ago, and I just remember going to YCS 2019 funny enough Rosemont as well, and was it Rosemont? Yeah, I think it was Rosemont, and I remember playing, and I just had a lot of fun. It was a great day. I ended up getting into 9th round and going X3 sadly, but then once I you know, I lost to 2 of the top 32 players, I was like, I can't even be upset at that, and I thought that was really cool. That, you know, I made it that far, chilling with my friends, because it wasn't only just Jake, Jason, Peter there, but it was actually my friend Ty as well. And I'm friends with all these people to this day outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, mind you. Like, we'll play games, we'll go to dinner, all that. Like, I don't think it's even been a week since I've talked to all 4 of them combined, and I'm not including that for the group chat. I mean individually. And having those memories and having our little inside jokes and everything is an experience that's so valuable, and it's hard to put a word on it exactly. But you know, I went after leaving this event and kind of feeling like it was a bit more of a work day. I was like, you know, why didn't I have as much fun? And I kind of understood why. And along with it is a nationals, right? You're going to get the worst of the worst at people at nationals, right? So I know that coming in, like I know if I go to the next 5 events, let's say 4 regionals, 1 YCS, right? I can tell you that none of them are even be close as bad. Maybe even if you combine all of them, they won't be as bad as this, or like some of the people I met, right? But you know, it kind of got me thinking of the good old times, you could say, when I actually used to play a little bit more. Not that I played in too many events in general, but I do remember every single one and how much fun I actually had. Shouts to my boy JD, by the way. He's a good friend of mine who actually made me a lot better of a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I was only okay, but ever since he kind of helped me back when I was a lot younger and everything, kind of taught me rulings and all that as well. And he kind of tutored me. He actually did make me a better Yu-Gi-Oh player. So if you're watching this, thank you so much, my man. You know, I still remember like things he kind of taught me or things I learned while playing him and playtesting against him. And I was like, you know what? Wow, I didn't know this, right? And he got me to think a little bit more about the intricacies of plays. So always value the people you meet through this game. So that's how I'm really going to end this video. You know, the people you meet, it's just wonderful. You know, you really could make lifelong friends here and all that. So with that being said, guys, if you're at nationals, I'd love to hear your nationals experience. What do you guys think of my whole thing? Hopefully this video wasn't too long, but you guys are used to long videos. You watch my Mark watches all the time, but for a discussion video to go over 15 minutes is quite rare. This is almost 30, and I don't feel like cutting or editing out much of this. So I will see you guys in the next video, which should be a live stream tomorrow. Peace.